James Brown.
Dad.
Can you see, Molly, straight ahead?
Yeah.
For those watching who can see the view out of our windshield, that's Ciudad Juarez.
Someone.
Molly, will you show outside your window so folks can see it? So that's Ciudad Juarez. We just left our neighborhood, our house in Sunset Heights in El Paso. And just to give you an idea of how close Ciudad Juarez is to us, we're on the border highway, Loop 375, and we're headed to the food bank here in El Paso called El Pasoans Fighting Hunger. And we want to encourage everyone who's watching this in El Paso who has the ability to volunteer to sign up for one of the shifts online. Don't just drive over there. First, get an appointment for a shift that you can work. We're working the 12 to 5 shift, although we're going to cut our shift a little bit short because I've got a conference call I've got to get on at 3:30. But they need volunteers to pack boxes, to get food out to senior citizens and vulnerable populations. We sure could use your help right now. Sure.
This is the first time we've left the house except to exercise in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. We volunteered last Tuesday.
I think it was Wednesday.
So we volunteered about 8 days ago at the food bank. We're going out again today. We want to do this more regularly. We're going to talk to the volunteer coordinator at the El Paso Food Bank called El Pasoans Fighting Hunger. There's some friends next to us in the white van. And find out how often it would be helpful for us to come in. But my understanding is there's a lot of demand right now. In fact, our friend Gwen, who's on the board of El Pasoans Fighting Hunger, told me that they needed to have police help yesterday to manage the lines of people who are coming in to pick up food right now. So there's a lot of need, and that means there's a demand for us to volunteer. Want to make clear that although we are in a shelter-in-place order in El Paso, and our thanks to Mayor DeMargo for implementing that, and County Judge Samaniego, this is an essential service that we are providing and other volunteers are providing. So we're going to go help out, but we're going to be very safe and smart as we do that. That means we're going to be wearing gloves. We're going to wash our hands before we put the gloves on. We're never going to touch our face with our gloves. We're not going to touch our cell phones with our gloves. We're only going to touch the packages of food that need to go into the boxes that we are preparing. We're going to keep at least 6 feet apart, right, Amy?
Yep, you are going to adhere to that.
I am going to adhere to that. At least 6 feet apart from any other volunteer who's there. And so this is a safe, necessary thing that we need in this community. And from talking to the folks at Feeding Texas, which is a statewide parent organization for the 21 food banks that serve all 254 counties in Texas, we need these in food banks throughout the state of Texas. So go online, go to Feeding Texas, or go online and find your local food bank. In El Paso, it's El Pasoans Fighting Hunger, and sign up for a shift, or get their phone number, call in, and see if they could use your help. If you are over the age of 70 years old, if you have an underlying condition, if you're unable to leave the house and you have the financial means to do so, please make a donation to your local food bank, a financial donation as well. If you're watching this and you need food, call that local food bank or go online. There are food pantries in almost every single one of the 254 counties of Texas. You can go to those food pantries and pick up food. If you're unable to leave your house, call that local food bank and they will try to arrange delivery to your house. So those are some things we can do. Molly, if you'll show folks over to our right, we're again looking at the border. Now it is a wall. It's this big steel fence. You can see a chain link fence, and then just behind that is a steel fence. Again, we're on the border highway with Mexico and the river to our right. and we're driving out to the food bank in El Paso, which is called El Pasoans Fighting Hunger. So, Molly, will you pass the camera over to Henrik? So I want to ask Amy some questions. Amy, we're at the start of day 4, O'Rourke Homeschool for the Gifted. Tell me about how school's gone so far today. Our first period at 8 a.m. was PE. How did PE go?
So 8 a.m. I know it's like a normal start time. It's hard to be on duty at 8 a.m.
Why?
Like, we can get the kids out the door and then on a normal school day and then focus ourselves on our own work at 8 a.m. and that seems doable. But to be on duty as a teacher at 8 a.m. it's a challenge for me. But anyway.
So what did PE consist of? What did physical education consist of today?
It consisted of running up our street. There's a water pump station about 4-ish blocks up. So we jogged up there. We read the little sign that was outside the station.
There's a little historical plaque that tells us that the first pumping station in the El Paso Utilities water system was built there in the 1880s.
Right. Then we jogged back down, and then I typically will work out a few days at the gym, but since the gyms are closed, the guy who owns the gym is awesome, and he will send out workouts that you can do at home with just body weights. And so the kids and I did some of those. We did some squats, some squat jumps, some lunges, some wall sits. They all like to make fun of my squats. They said I didn't go down far enough. And then we played this game called Melon Ball, which, did we make it up?
No.
You
I
played
think
at school?
Molly introduced
Everyone
it.
plays it.
Oh, everyone plays it. Okay, so then we played Melon Ball, which is like a slight variation of Foursquare. And then that was it.
And then what period followed PE? What happened at 9?
So we did a modified schedule today because we're going to volunteer, but at 9 everybody did math. So Molly and Ulysses have assignments from school already that are online, and then Henry and I really worked those multiplication facts, trying to get as fast as it can possibly get. Right, Henzo?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then can you show everyone what you made for lunch?
No.
Oh yeah. And
Can you
then the
hold that
second period was
Dad.
Spanish. Yeah, we do.
Oh, sorry.
The second period was Spanish, and so Molly, can you tell them what you watched in Spanish? Pero dile en español. No? Okay. En inglés.
We did a Spanish
Henry, will you
baking
show
show.
Malls?
We did a Spanish baking show called Nailed It, the Mexico edition. So it's just like Nailed It in English, but everything's in Spanish.
How do you say nailed it?
I don't know. It's called Nailed It. It's not in Spanish.
How do you say nails?
Uñas. Right?
Gladys, I thought.
Well, these are uñas, but I think
Yeah,
the nails
nails.
that you nail down
Oh, yeah.
are... Ulysses, can you tell them what you watched?
I watched a show. I watched a show about some kid who lives in Argentina, and he's really good at soccer. And it's in Spanish.
What's the show called?
My friend Alexis.
And were there subtitles?
Parts of it where I couldn't hear it.
Or you couldn't hear it, then you had to put the subtitles on it? Did you feel like you could understand it? Oh, come on.
They talk so fast.
And did they speak with a different accent?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Argentinians have a different accent. They like don't say like TH or something. And it's like, I don't know.
All right, and so then we had lunch.
Oh,
This is what I fixed for Beto. It's a corn tortilla, which is maybe a little bit old.
It's a little bit old,
With then a bratwurst and some cheese and some mustard in there.
but it's very good.
No.
Are you
It's
gonna eat
really,
it?
yeah, I'm gonna eat that. So good. guys, we have Amy's sister, Tia Cristina, who is a doctor in New York City right now. Her husband, Nick, who's an emergency room doctor in New York City right now. Was I supposed to get off at Yarborough?
I'm going to check.
That would be nice to know. We have our sister Charlotte, my sister Charlotte, who is an emergency room nurse. So for all the doctors, the nurses, the frontline staff, the janitors, everyone working at these hospitals and clinics, what do we want to say?
Thank you.
We want
Stay safe.
We want to say stay safe. Thank you for what you're doing. We saw a picture yesterday of an emergency room doctor. Because there's not enough personal protective equipment, the gloves, the gowns, the visors, the masks, he was actually wearing a hospital gown that a patient would typically wear, which meant that it's not fully protective. It didn't cover his arms. So these doctors and nurses and frontline medical staff are working under really trying conditions and helping to save the lives of thousands of our fellow Americans. And so we want to say thank you to all of them. Thanks to everyone who's working at the grocery stores to make sure that we have our food. Thanks to everyone who's being kind to one another, everyone who's volunteering at these food banks, everyone who's working at these food banks. I want to say thanks to everybody who's doing this work right now. A little bit later on Instagram at 4:30 Mountain Standard Time, 5:30 Central Time, we're going to have our friend Maggie Asfahani, who's a restaurant owner who's had to close her restaurant down. We're going to talk about what that's been like for her and the food service industry and her employees. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Do I get off at Padres or?
No.
Okay. 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time tomorrow. If you are homeschooling your kids, like we're trying to homeschool our kids, we're going to have a guest instructor, Dr. Robert Gunn from the University of Texas at El Paso, is going to talk about the Pueblo Revolt. We're doing Native American history in their workhouse right now, and so he's going to do a lesson on the Pueblo Revolt. If you think your kids would be interested and excited to learn about that, and we'll bring you into the conversation, allow you to ask questions, join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. on Instagram Live, where we're going to have Dr. Robert Gunn, 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then at 4:30 tomorrow Mountain Standard Time, we're going to have Andy Slavitt, who is one of the strongest voices out there when it comes to public health in this country. So we're really looking forward to hearing from him. So those are some things that are coming up. But right now we're on our way to the food bank in El Paso to volunteer, and I'm going to eat this hot dog. What's my exit, Amy? Is it North Loop Road, Alameda?
Route 20 in Texas 258.
Okay. What else, Amy? ¿Qué más?
Someone asked if you felt the earthquake.
Oh, yeah, we're thinking about our friends in Mentone and Loving County, smallest county by population in the state of Texas. I think the second smallest in the United States. Just had a 5.0 magnitude earthquake.
Is that really bad?
That was felt all. Yeah, it is. It was felt all the way here in El Paso, which is 200 miles away. We got to visit Loving County during the Senate campaign, and thinking about the people that we met there, and thinking about others who, if we felt this here 200 miles away, I'm sure that was a really scary experience for them in Loving County.
Yeah, we didn't feel anything at our house, but immediately got a flood of texts from other people saying, "Did you just feel something?" And they said that their houses shook.
I didn't feel anything.
No, me either.
Or I did, and I just didn't notice.
Molly, throw us some more questions.
Someone asked if you're going to do a Spanish lesson.
Podemos continuar en español, si quieres.
No, like someone wanted to
Oh.
know if you do
Not now, but later.
live stream teaching them Spanish.
So far, we have. So Beto and I are both trying to do the homeschool, trying to get our work done. So I have pretty much relied entirely on audiobooks in Spanish, and then today we did Netflix in Spanish, because then the kids can be kind of independent learning while I'm able to be on a conference call or get work done. So we haven't done. Do you want me to do a
No, thank you.
Mommy, that's not what they're talking about.
Oh,
They're
Like to
asking.
live stream a Spanish class?
Yeah, like no, like to live stream a Spanish class for them.
Oh, that'd be cool for us to bring on a guest lecturer and do a Spanish class.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Why not you?
They said, let's learn Spanish.
Let's learn Spanish. Yeah, I like that.
And someone said, Molly, who's your favorite brother?
Oh, ouch.
It's Ulysses. Molly, who is it?
Come on.
I'm not going to answer that. I have
Ulysses.
one.
Do I go around this?
I want it
or
to
was
be
this
Someone said, do you have toilet paper in El Paso?
You know what? Toilet paper had been hard to come by. Luckily, we already had a decent stockpile.
But I buy Costco toilet paper,
And that's
it's
a
always
lot.
a big package.
How-
that
how many
lasts us
rolls
a long
are in-
time. I think it's at least 30 rolls,
Whoa.
maybe even more.
I don't think so. I don't think it's that much.
And
someone-
have you changed your toilet paper consumption?
No,
No?
you're making me feel bad, but no, I haven't.
Yeah.
Someone said, who we think is a better teacher, mom or dad?
All right, you guys answer that one.
Mom.
Well, it's because...
No,
They
no.
didn't even think about it.
No, it's because...
No, Dad's better.
Oh, come on. You're just changing your opinion because you know I got hurt.
I'm-
Netflix is the best teacher.
Someone said if I still have the turtle and snake, and I still do have them.
Turtle, snake, cat,
Beard dragon.
you let the lizard go, right?
Yeah, but
Ulysses,
those
you
I
don't-
didn't.
Who's better, me or the guy on your online math learning?
Oh, definitely.
Well, he's like boring.
You mean the math guy, Mom?
The math guy.
Mom, I think.
Well, it's because you teach different
you're both pretty
things.
not very good at it.
Well, Mom was actually a teacher.
Yeah, I mean, so hats off to all the amazing teachers out there and educators. One, because we were already in awe of what you're doing because we see it in our kids and their growth and performance. And then as we try to do some poor version of what you do on a day in and day out basis, we realize how hard it is to plan the lesson. So I'm trying to teach Native American history to our kids, and I'm listening to podcasts and reading books and going to Wikipedia to learn this history. And then I'm trying to figure out how do I package this in a way that I can present it to the kids that will spark their curiosity and conversation and questions. That is really hard stuff and takes a lot of time. So if you're going to prepare a 40-minute lesson, it takes a couple of hours to do all that research to get it ready.
And
Dad,
art,
someone-
Find the resources. Like
Dad.
Trying to find the books.
That's right.
and art,
Daddy.
Let's let
art
Henry
teacher,
go. I think he
it's
was.
also pretty hard because you need to be skilled in art
Are you saying I'm not skilled?
Maybe.
in some way.
I'm not skilled in art. You
Dad,
are
someone said
probably-
that your supporter Chris H from Chicago is sick in the hospital there, and would love to hear from you.
Hey, Chris, I'm sorry to hear that. We are thinking about you here in El Paso and sending you lots of love, lots of strength, and we want you to make a full and speedy recovery. So from the O'Rourke family and El Paso, Texas to Chicago, get better soon.
But he doesn't have the coronavirus.
But he doesn't have the coronavirus. Okay, but whatever he has, we just want him to be better.
And someone said if we could do a family happy birthday sing-along for her because it's her birthday.
Whose birthday?
Her name is Kelly JC.
Okay, so we're going to do happy birthday to Kelly.
Yes.
You guys in?
Yeah.
Okay, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kelly. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Kelly, how old are you?
Let's see.
I don't feel like we went this way last time.
I don't feel like we did either.
I wonder
You know
if there
what?
was
I
an
think-
alternate route.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm in
Yeah, Dad, I think you went the wrong
the
way.
U-turn lane. Or am I going to have to cut into this and really bum everybody out?
You were not in the U-turn.
I was not in the U-turn? Kids, name this song.
I no idea.
Do you want to tell them where all these trucks are going?
So all these trucks that you see in front of us are going to Mexico.
Kelly said thank you.
They might be empty, and they may be going to go pick up more stuff that is produced in Mexico, manufactured in Mexico, then brought into the U.S. They may be taking things that are manufactured in the U.S., component parts, into Mexico for manufacture. But that's what a lot of this truck traffic is that you're seeing.
Kelly said thank you and too old to tell.
Oh, come on, Kelly. Okay, name this song. I'm not going to tell you, or just name the band. Oh.
And someone said you should do cooking live streams.
Hourly was on a project-to-project basis. So never
Dad, say happy birthday, Raul.
Raul?
Raul.
Raul.
Yeah.
How's that Spanish lesson going, Amy?
Well,
I'm not supposed to block the box, but I need to get out here. Come on, people, move.
no. Dad, someone asked how's Cynthia.
Oh, so guys, this is the line right here. Show the line to the right.
Oh, wow.
This is the line to get into the food bank. So
Oh
every
my
car that you
gosh.
see right now, these are people who are trying to pick up food. I was told by our friend Gwen, hey, all right, somebody's directing us. She says to go around. So we're now gonna go around. So every car that Molly's showing, get a little bit higher, Molly, and there you go. Every car that you're seeing now is in line to get food at the food bank. And so
Oh, look, there's Charlie ahead of us.
if you're wondering if there's
Are
need,
they coming?
there's absolutely need right now.
Okay, a lot of people said that you should do a cooking live stream.
We'll do a cooking live stream. I just made chicken last night that Amy, tell me how I did.
Oh, it was like one of your best. It was awesome.
Okay, also someone
the
said,
chicken was good.
Dad, someone said, what are you doing to protect yourselves from the virus while helping at the food bank today?
So
Amy, you answer this question.
When we were here last time, they gave everybody gloves. We brought our own gloves just to make sure that we had some today.
And we don't have to use theirs, so they have more.
And then they will also.
Doing really good. We'll see you guys in there.
They'll also space us. We will go in. They have a hand washing station, lots of hand sanitizer.
Oh gosh.
They'll have us put all of our belongings in a locker, including our phones. And then
You're not allowed to use your phone.
Not allowed to use
not
your
allowed
phone.
to use your
Because
phone.
there's a bunch of germs on it.
So we'll wash our hands, we'll put on gloves, and then they will have us line up along a conveyor belt or a table.
Will you really quickly just keep showing these cars, Molly? I want people to get an understanding of the need that we have here in El Paso, that we probably have in lots of communities. So for the last, what is it, Amy, a half mile?
Yeah.
Quarter mile, half mile,
No.
it's just been a line of cars. Okay, you can go back to Mom.
And someone
So
said,
they'll line us up on a conveyor belt 6 feet apart. And
Next to the conveyor. It'd be cool. The conveyor
well, yeah.
belt.
And then you are assigned, 2 to 3 types of food.
ooh,
And as the box comes along, put the food in the box and then push the box along to the next
And one of my friends in my class had a science experiment, and it said that a car has like way more germs than a doorknob.
Oh, really? I Lysoled our car yesterday. Just to be
I
safe.
can smell it. Someone said,
So Molly, I don't know if you can show that where they're delivering the food. So if you
teacher and I will move to El Paso and homeschool y'all for free.
Oh.
I'm an English teacher. Replace Dad. Someone said make a live stream with all my pets.
oh, we should do that.
And someone said we need a GoPro.
That we might need to. All right, Malls, should we? Are you still going?
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
should sign off and get ready.
We
for
should sign off because we're gonna go suit up, wash up.
I think we do need a GoPro because it's so shaky on the phone.
Yeah.
Seatbelts off.
Molly, did you sign off?
Okay.
All right, everybody, thank you for following us. We may try to live stream if they say it's okay. Inside, don't worry. If I touch my phone, I'll then go wash my hands. I won't touch any food. But the only reason I want to do that is to encourage more people to come out and volunteer. We're at El Pasoans Fighting Hunger. Call in or go to the website to see if you can fill one of these volunteer shifts. Or If you don't live in El Paso, call your local food bank to see if they can use your help. If you can't go in or shouldn't go in because you're over the age of 70, you're part of a population of people who cannot in any way be exposed because you have underlying conditions, and you can donate to your local food bank, donate money so that they have the resources to pay their staff and to purchase the food that they need to distribute. Is that right, Amy?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Nos vemos. Bye-bye.